it's rolling.
Yeah, I can see that. It's rolling.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So how was the reaction, by the way, to the video that you...
No, it's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I did first obviously shared it with the experts. That's my son, 12-year-old. Obviously, he'll give a long list of comments. And in fact, they thought that for my age, I've done a pretty good job. But there were some tips.
Sorry,
I guess I know.
At this age, we have to be educated.
I know. But then but these things, are new, and I guess certainly growing up as an 11-year-old, I never seen one of these.
Yeah,
so I wouldn't know how to operate. And at this age, I never went to school to learn about these things.
Yeah.
So it is good. But then I think from my more mature colleagues, I think the concept of dialogue, was very impressive, they said.
Oh, okay.
So that's very good. And one of the things, I was reflecting on the whole experience yesterday, and I was thinking, probably this should encourage more conversations. At home, at workplace, wherever. Because I don't think we talk that much. Sometimes we just talk to people, talk at them, but talk with them is not something that's very common. I don't know what your experience is.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that technology, people post a lot of things, right? I joke sometimes with people, and I've kind of done a bit of prank where you take an image of a Buddha and write something, that I think I'm just trying to remember what I did. This was a couple of years ago, where I put an image of Buddha, and I said there will come a time when people will be addicted to internet, and a lot of people were liking it.
Yeah.
And I thought, do you understand? Buddha didn't even say that, and Buddha had no idea that internet will be called internet.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that's why. And the other thing I was talking about, people used to measure each other. People used to measure their weight, their height, and all of that. And now people are measuring themselves on Instagram based on their likes.
Absolutely.
Based on how many people are liking them, based on how many people like this video, like that picture that they're posting. So even in communication, what are we communicating anyways?
Absolutely.
This is what I keep asking. Is this communication necessary? This is something I wanted to ask you. What do you think? There are a lot of people who are communicating.
Yeah.
Look at the social media. A lot of people are getting their information from social media, news from social media. You've got a phenomena called fake news. News can be manufactured, information can be manufactured. And I know I'm conscious that we don't have a theme.
Yeah.
But this is the point.
Absolutely.
What is the theme? Do we want to set a narrative, or is the society struggling because the ideas that we had before, be it religion, be it nation state, be it concept of what society should be, is it coming to its natural end, or do we need to extend those ideas? Do we need to upgrade them so society needs to function? If you look at, a lot of people keep saying, oh, the organized society is struggling. The large group of organized society is struggling, and we have too much differences. People are going either too left, people are going either too right. So you have Trump example, you have Brexit example. And, then you have the society, the structure of the traditional society itself. So, I keep asking myself, is this the concept that our ancestor came up with? Because the whole nation state, society, language, all of this, be it religion, all of it is a concept. And just like economy, it's a manufactured idea.
Absolutely.
And with this, the issue is you need to constantly upgrade it.
Yeah.
And this is where I am thinking, and it'd be good to know your thoughts on it.
Yeah. I think we were touching upon some of this, I think, when we were going out to get our coffees. We thought we'd just enjoy coffee while we talk about it. But then, again, conversations, are they chats? Are they purposeful? Are they targeted? Is there a goal? When people open their mouth, do they have something in mind to say that? So, you very, well touched upon the social media conversations. What are people trying to do? Are they putting themselves up in a nicer way to the audience, to the world, for them to be perceived in a way probably, they are not, or they are aspiring to be that. And then they want to live that. Some people say people want to live their dream on social media. Some people say people live a lie on social media. So there's always this conflict. So I have, put my picture with, with a yacht, with a private jet, with a beautiful girl, whatever. And then I'm coming down to see you, and then you're asking me, where are they? Well, yeah. What sort of explanation, am I going to have? Because that's what people are trying to do these days. So you can't actually find somebody on the social media people putting their real self, or one of their down days, when they haven't been really good, and that has to be shared. So selective communication and picking up what people think they should be, what people think others should think of them. You're completely now going into a different direction, And when you think about the manufactured concept of all of that, the media, the religion, the organized sector, that was all done for a reason, which was valid at that point. But now with technology, with shared economy, we can share a lot of things much quicker. Information is everywhere. We don't have to have a perfectly organized system to be able to progress. And probably that is where this conflict comes, where there is a generation which wants to keep the institutions going, big hospitals, big religious institutions, big bold schools, colleges, universities, and you have kids of our children's age saying, well, Dad, you don't need this, you don't understand, you can go on YouTube, you can buy this on Amazon. We were used to driving to a supermarket on a weekend to buy things, and now it's all instant, Deliveroo, Uber Eats, Just Eat, and all of that, can bring food home. Things have changed,
That's true.
So many things are changing. And so hence the need for that conversation has to take a different, format, that's important. And I think that brings us to the idea of, what is the purpose of people doing all of these things? What do you think? Why on earth do we bother? Is it because our managers set a target? Or our wives or husbands wanted us to do certain things, or our parents wanted us to be in a certain way? Who knows? And that creates a lot of angst. I don't know what's your experience with all these young people coming to you for jobs and projects and things like that.
I just want to check. Well, if you're okay on the times, it's 8 minutes.
I think 8 minutes. Yeah, we've got 3-4 minutes.
That's probably 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
The way I think social media technology is a tool, and you can either use it or abuse it. And I will ask this to myself, and I always ask this question, and you would know from your experience. Do we even know how to use our mind or our brain? So remember we were having that conversation about 9 Vision, that we create a user manual, and it's just a user manual which is a compilation of experiences from various people in an attempt to give people a reference point where this is how this person, in this case, this situation, made this decision. Now, that collective information, if you put it and make it available to people on how people make their decision, and decision making is very, very important. So why is it important now? Do I need to react to something on a social media? The society is becoming so reactive.
Absolutely.
It's not acting anymore, it's reacting. And the decision, I will ask people, do you really need to react to that news? Or do you really need to react to a post? Or do you really need to react to a negative comment by somebody? Because I think we need to learn. I personally need to know how to keep constantly learning on how to use our mind. And I think, coming from your side, because you are you are in the industry, and you would be able to add more color on it, and maybe in the next
video we can talk about it in detail.
Talk about it in a bit of detail.
Yeah, I think like we said, we can finish this video by thinking about the purpose of the conversation, the purpose of the presence, on the social media, and aligning that purpose to what your values
it's
are.
a good idea. And this is what I like about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Let's because it's open. It's a discussion. There is no planning around it.
Absolutely.
And when there is no planning around it in life, you know what? It's natural.
Yeah.
You cannot plan life.
Absolutely.
Life doesn't come with a manual. Life doesn't come with a plan.
Yeah.
So you have to learn on the go. And when you fabricate things, that's when you get into complications.
Yeah.
So I think let's keep it like that.
Yeah. So we're coming up to the 12.
Yeah, I think we just need to be conscious of that.
Exactly.
So what we'll do is
we'll go on to the next.
I think let's do that. Let's just go on to the second video.